throw here out of the gun. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal.
All right, now, look at 56. Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. 2nd down, Mariota. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. First down, Mariota. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down and 4. Now Marshall. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The starting defense for the Titans.
Denzel Perryman, a linebacker out of the University of Miami, knows how to play downhill and arrive with an oomph.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. So they're operating in the red zone. Mariota now on 2nd down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
They'll try to run it in with Marshall. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's L.A. with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. 2nd and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal. Mariota on 3rd and 2. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Looked like they had a window to get that in there, but a good job rallying defensively.
Excellent timing, no pass interference. The hit jars it loose, and now they force them into a decision. Do you go for it on 4th down or kick the field goal?
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2. Mariota to throw for it on 4th. And this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Titans defense will celebrate the goal line stand. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
All right, here we go. Detroit! 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 Detroit!
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. It's a gain of 21 that time. And it'll give the Titans a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
No, check. Patriot! Patriot! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Leopard!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection. And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with.
Now, loose football. The ball comes out, and this will be scooped up by the defense. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. 2nd down following the run. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And here's Marshall, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This is Marshall. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
And time for us to take a break here in the booth. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And he rifles one incomplete. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Throwing. Mariota. Hard throw. Incomplete. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Now Mariota on 4th down. This is caught. It's Cooks. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Second down, Mariota. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Mariota now. And he's got his man on the out route. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. 3rd and long here for Mariota. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught at the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
I love when a play results in a game that I can actually kind of fall back on one of my favorite adages. And
now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. To throw Mariota. And Robinson with a big catch. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 85 yards. Shift together here from the D-line. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Keith Marshall, touchdown number 22 on the season. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. He hops over him.
That's why you stretch.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And quickly, they get to the line.
No, check. Patriot. Here we go, Detroit. Here we go now. Green.
Out of the gun now on third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Simple slant route, and partner, really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Uses the stiff arm. Stiff arm number 2. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And now they're in the hurry up.
Watch it now, Barney. Green, 39. Green, 39. All right, here we go. Philly, here we go. All right, here we go. Green. All right, now look at 56. Look at.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Uses the stiff arm. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's what we call an even front or an odd front. And an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 25 yards out. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can fit. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Titans offense now, they worked their way back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriots. All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
56. All right, here we go. Green, 13 now. Barney. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Here we go now.
And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there. He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
It'll be a gain of 4, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Detroit! All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now Mariota throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come up.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And it bangs. Hits off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So this defense gets an assist from the goalpost, and as a result, it's going to keep them within one score.
Yeah, that looked to be good the whole way. But that is a big break here in the fourth quarter of a football game. Now your offense needs to find a way to capitalize.
Caught out left side by Robinson. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Mariota. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. Here's Mariota. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And the Titans getting set to go. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there. You've given yourself a chance. You're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments in this one. Now back to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Set. Green. Gun. Set. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Boom. Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. There's that man again. It's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough third down awaits them.
So completion on second down, that brings up third. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? You can't try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And before this play happens, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Here we go now.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. It just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet